Ever pondered why your grandparents always tell you that everything's going to be alright? Why do they have this unexplainable tranquility? As it turns out, there's a lot we can learn from our grandparents. The world has changed drastically since the days of our grandparents growing up in the 1950s, but some things never change, and one of those is life itself. Our grandparents were once young adults trying to figure out their place in the world just like us. And they learned some valuable lessons along the way. Today, we'll take a journey back to the 1950s and explore some profound insights from Grandparent as wisdom that can help us navigate the ups and downs of life with grace and resilience. Don't be too hard on yourself. Life is long and full of mistakes. We all make mistakes, but it's how we deal with them that really matters. It's easy to dwell on past mistakes and beat ourselves up over them, but that only makes things worse. Instead, we should learn from our mistakes and move on. This is something that our grandparents understood very well. They grew up in a time when people were more forgiving of themselves and others. They knew that everyone makes mistakes, and that it's important not to dwell on them for too long. This doesn't mean that we shouldn't strive to be our best selves. Of course we should. But it does mean that we shouldn't be too hard on ourselves when we fall short. Everyone does. The important thing is to learn from our mistakes and keep moving forward. This is a lesson that we could all benefit from today. In a world where people are constantly striving for perfection, it's important to remember that we're only human. We're going to make mistakes. The important thing is not to let them define us or hold us back. So the next time you find yourself beating yourself up over a mistake, take a deep breath and remember what your grandparents taught you. Forgive yourself and move on. Be grateful for what you have. This is a lesson that our grandparents knew well. They grew up during a time when people were more grateful for what they had. This was especially true after World War II, when people had seen firsthand the horrors of war and the importance of cherishing life and the things that make it worth living. Our grandparents learned that material possessions don't bring lasting happiness, but that gratitude for the simple things in life does. They also knew that true wealth isn't measured in money or possessions, but in the richness of our relationships and experiences. This is a lesson that we could all benefit from today. In a world where people are constantly bombarded with advertising telling them that they need the latest and greatest gadgets and gizmos, it's easy to lose sight of the things that truly matter. But our grandparents knew that the secret to happiness isn't found in the accumulation of things, but in the appreciation of what we already have. So the next time you find yourself feeling ungrateful or discontent, take a moment to appreciate all the good things in your life. Your health, your family and friends, the roof over your head and the food on your table. These are the things that truly matter. And when you focus on these things, you'll start to see that you have everything you need to be happy. Hard work pays off. This is a lesson that our grandparents knew well. They grew up during a time when people understood the value of hard work. In the 1950s, people were working hard to rebuild the economy after World War II and create a better future for themselves and their families. This meant that people were putting in long hours and making sacrifices, but they knew that their hard work would pay off in the end. Our grandparents learned that success isn't achieved overnight and that it takes dedication and perseverance to reach your goals. This is a lesson that we could all benefit from today. In a world where people are often looking for shortcuts to success, it's easy to forget the importance of hard work. But our grandparents knew that there's no substitute for putting in the effort. If you want to achieve something, whether it's getting straight A's, starting a successful business or building strong relationships, it takes hard work. But the rewards of hard work are not just material. Hard work also builds character, resilience, and a sense of accomplishment. This is something that our grandparents understood very well. They knew that the ability to work hard and persevere through challenges is what truly makes us successful in life. So the next time you're facing a challenge, remember the words of your grandparents. Roll up your sleeves, work hard and don't give up. Success is on the other side of hard work. Respect others. This is a lesson that our grandparents knew well. They grew up during a time when people understood the importance of respecting others regardless of their background or beliefs. This meant treating others with kindness and empathy and being willing to listen to their perspectives even if they were different from your own. Our grandparents also understood that respect is something that needs to be earned and that it's not something that's given automatically. You earn respect by treating others with respect and by being someone who is trustworthy and reliable. This is a lesson that we could all benefit from today. In a world where people are often quick to judge or dismiss those who are different from them, it's important to remember the importance of respect. Respect is essential for building strong relationships and creating a harmonious society. When we respect others, we show them that we value their presence in our lives and that we care about their thoughts and feelings. This creates a positive feedback loop where others are more likely to respect us in return. It also helps us to see things from different perspectives and to challenge our own biases and prejudices. So the next time you're interacting with someone who is different from you, remember the words of your grandparents. Treat them with respect and kindness and be willing to listen to their perspective. You never know what you might learn. Embrace change. This is a lesson that our grandparents knew well. They grew up during a time of great change, from the end of World War II to the beginning of the space age. Our grandparents learned that change is inevitable and that it's important to embrace it rather than resist it. They also knew that change can be scary, but that it's often necessary for growth and progress. This is a lesson that we could all benefit from today. In a world that's constantly changing, it's easy to feel overwhelmed or resistant to change. But our grandparents knew that the only constant in life is change. Trying to resist change is futile and can lead to unnecessary stress and anxiety. Instead, we should learn to embrace change and to see it as an opportunity for growth and learning. Change can be a chance to try new things, to meet new people, and to expand our horizons. So the next time you find yourself resisting change, take a deep breath and remember the words of your grandparents. Embrace the change and see what opportunities it brings. Listen to your elders. This is a lesson that our grandparents knew well. They grew up in a time when people respected and listened to their elders. They knew that their grandparents and parents had a wealth of knowledge and experience to share, and that listening to them could help them avoid many pitfalls in life. Our grandparents also understood that their elders had a lot of love and wisdom to offer, and that they could learn valuable lessons from them. This is a lesson that we could all benefit from today. In a world where people are often quick to dismiss the opinions of older people, it's important to remember the value of listening to our elders. Our grandparents and great-grandparents have lived through a lot, and they've learned a lot of valuable lessons along the way. They can teach us about how to handle difficult situations, how to make wise decisions, and how to live a fulfilling life. By listening to our elders, we can gain a wealth of knowledge and insight that can help us navigate the challenges of life with greater ease. So the next time you have the opportunity to talk to your grandparents or great-grandparents, take it. Ask them questions about their lives and listen to their stories. You may be surprised at what you can learn. In conclusion, our grandparents have a lot to teach us. They grew up during a time that was very different from our own, but the lessons they learned are just as relevant today as they were then. From the importance of hard work and perseverance to the value of respecting others and embracing change, their words of wisdom can help guide us through the challenges of life. Let's take a moment to thank our grandparents for their wisdom and their example. And let's remember that their legacy of strength, resilience, and compassion can continue to inspire us for generations to come. Now it's your turn to share. What are some of the life lessons you've learned from your grandparents? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this video helpful, please hit the thumbs up button and share it with your friends and family. Don't forget to subscribe for more insightful content. Thanks for watching, and until next time, stay curious.